cedis to program over the next 3 years.
To create a system in which people can be trained, can be entrepreneurial, and they also hire other people to move on.
Also, Ghana Export Promotion Authority is stepping up efforts to inject more cedis into Ghana's forthcoming economy through financial facilitations for local exporters.
One of the ways of improving our capacity is to engage the exporters as well as the commercial banks who have the wherewithal to help these exporters to improve their production capacity.
To our very first story, now government is upbeat about the success of the Youth Start program as local banks commit a total of 5 billion Ghana cedis from their small and medium enterprises portfolio to support young entrepreneurs over the next 3 years. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says that this will be the game changer for Ghana's entrepreneurial drive. My colleague Pius Kojubaka has more on the following report.
According to Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, this package couldn't have come at a better time as government prepares to receive the delegation from the International Monetary Fund into the country to begin negotiation for an economic program. Speaking to Joy Business on the sidelines of the signing of a memorandum of understanding with participating financial institutions for the Youth Start commercial component, Ken Ofori-Atta said the agreement with the banks will go a long way to support entrepreneurs gain access to capital to enhance their businesses.
Yeah, I think the issue of creating an entrepreneurial stage is really fundamental to Ghana having a robust and sustained economy. The numbers of our population and the youth bulge is real. It is quite clear that you can have a nation in which the public sector can absorb this level of population. So we need to create a system in which people can be trained, can be entrepreneurial, and they also hire other people to move on. If you look at the population statistics of almost 37% of our people being between 15 and 35, it creates a lot of pressure. I think it's incumbent on us to create a financial system and training and reward system that encourages entrepreneurship to take risk. And the partnership with the banks is really key to that. How do you diminish government in a way, strengthen the banks, but then risk mitigate so that they can give more resources to that?
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Bankers Association, John Ewa, who spoke on behalf of the banks, pledged their commitment to assist entrepreneurs with substantial capital to develop and grow the SME sector.
I think it's a positive development. As a nation, we all recognize that we need to help build our own. If the impact of COVID has taught us any lesson at all, it is that we need to have a homegrown economy that is owned and managed by Ghanaians. So this signing ceremony is an attestation that public sector and private sector can work together to create the value and entrepreneurship country that we've all been yearning for. So as a community of banks, we've helped the Ministry of Finance working together and designed a product that we believe will help propel businesses forward, particularly younger and smaller businesses, to move them to the next level and in a couple of years later to become the conglomerates that we will all be proud of.
In all, 10 participating financial institutions signed the MOU to increase their SME portfolio of 5 billion cedis to support young entrepreneurs over the next 3 years. Meanwhile, government is expected to officially launch the Youth Start program in November 2022.
The Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GEPA, is stepping up efforts to inject more cedis into Ghana's forthcoming economy through financial facilitations for local exporters. A financial forum held by the authority in Kumasi attracted small and medium-scale enterprises to deepen financial inclusion through accessible and affordable financial services for businesses. There's more on the following report.
Lack of financing is a major challenge hampering the quest to boost export values in Ghana despite several support for small and medium-scale enterprises. Dinah Akwabwa, an entrepreneur, explains the lack of access to relevant export and financial information impedes her export prospects.
Okay, one of our bigger challenges, like as an SME trying to be export ready, is lack of information. lack of information on where to go when you get to the export market. That is one. Second is access to export finance.
Dinah was among participants of a medium and small-scale financial forum organized by the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. The forum sought to bridge the financial deficit between banks and micro, small and medium enterprises. Over the past 5 years, Ghana's non-traditional exports have seen tremendous growth, with 2021 realizing a 17% increase in export value. However, production capacity of local businesses for export has been low. Samuel Dentu is the Deputy Chief Executive of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
I realize that in the last few years our export is growing. However, we feel that more can be done, especially when the market is there. Normally we go out there and we try to sell Ghana's products and services. There's huge interest, but we realize that we lack the production capacity. And so one of the ways of improving our capacity is to engage the exporters as well as the commercial banks who have the wherewithal to help these exporters to improve their production capacity.
The authority is targeting non-traditional exports of $25 billion in the next 10 years. Mr. Dentu called on commercial banks to support local businesses for capacity building.
The commercial banks need to help us to grow our exports. Unfortunately, Ghana Export Promotion Authority doesn't have the wherewithal. We are not a commercial bank. We are not a non-financial institution. There is the Ghana Exim Bank, which is the Ghana Export and Import Bank, but they need to work with us. They need to work with the commercial banks because what they can do is also limited.
Regional Director for Ashanti, Bono East and Ahafo regions, George Amayao, is optimistic the forum would enhance relations between businesses and the financial institutions.
We are hoping that at least a few who had no dream at all of getting any type of finance will be able to get something from this meeting. At least they can start a conversation that will lead to success, lead to export finance.
For Joy News, Emmanuel Bright Kweku reporting.
The Deputy Managing Director of Ghana Exim Bank, Rosemary Berrow-Atta, has reiterated the bank's support for SMEs. According to her, the main focus of the bank is to support small and medium-scale businesses to scale up and increase production as well as maximize their exported products. She's been speaking at the Tuesday Market, an event organized by the Ghana Exim Bank to showcase Made in Ghana products. As more in the following report.
Speaking at an event to showcase Made in Ghana products dubbed Tuesday Market, the Deputy Managing Director for Ghana Exim Bank, Rosemary Berrow-Atta, said the bank is committed to supporting small and medium businesses to expand their operations and export their products. She called on entrepreneurs to visit the bank, adding that their doors are always open.
In line with the government's SME development agenda and our objective as an Exim Bank, to support and promote the Ghanaian SME. You are welcome, as I indicated. Visitors, there's that advisory services, and then we have products that support you. We could give you working capital, and then if you have export orders, and this goes to the SMEs who export. If you have export orders, come to us. We have our export trade department, and we will support you. If there's any SME, there's any Made in Ghana producer who has not yet exhibited on this platform, our doors are opened. You should come to us with your products, and then we'll take it up from there.
Speaking on the importance of creating platforms to exhibit Ghana-made products, actor Majid Michel said the country needs more of such platforms to allow entrepreneurs to exhibit their crafts.
We have lots of talents out there that are waiting to do something, probably didn't know how. So if we have conferences, we have symposiums, we have meetings where you can gather the youth, have mentors to teach them about stuff and how to produce stuff, where all of them gather one place to be taught what to do, how to go about it. It'll be fantastic. And then we'll have the nation produce stuff and just consume stuff, and then we can export. The only one will be rich is if we export. So if I just ate a tilapia kebab, I never seen some before. That'd be very, very fascinating for me, a Chinese man in China. We can export all these things and put Ghana somewhere.
On the spot, the Chief Executive Officer for Ghana Post, Vice Osei Kufuor, congratulated Ghana Exim Bank for successfully creating an avenue to connect entrepreneurs with investors through the Tuesday Market initiative.
This Tuesday Market concept by Exim Bank is a very great concept. On the front of Ghana Post, we have participated in it a couple of times. This probably would be like our 4th time that we are participating in it. It gives you the opportunity to see what SMEs in Ghana are doing. I mean, people who are creating stuff. Every day is an opportunity for another SME to get exposure. And the fact that this is in the center of town, you have the business community passing by. I can't wait for this Tuesday Market concept to catch up with the world.
Some of the participants who spoke to Joy Business expressed joy and called for more of such programs.
So far it's been so good, and we look forward for more of this to happen in the coming days and years to come.
I think it's right because in heavy investments we always come back to the financial people, and I think Exim Bank is there for us, and so it's great that we patronize the products, and we also make sure that we buy our made in Ghana goods in order to develop our economy.
We are very grateful for opportunities like this, like the Tuesday Market, because it affords us the opportunity to meet people of all walks of life, to be able to sell our products and actually let the world know that there are people out there who are doing great things with made in Ghana products.
Tuesday Market is an initiative by the Ghana Exim Bank to create awareness about made in Ghana products and support SMEs. The event is held on the 3rd Tuesday of every month at the World Trade Center in Accra. The next edition will be held in Kumasi and subsequently in other regions.
AngloGold Ashanti Obuasi Mine is exploring partnership opportunities for the implementation of its 10-year socioeconomic development plan in the Ashanti region. The plan represents the social investment strategy for the Obuasi Mine for the period 2022 to 2031. There's more in the following report.
The newly introduced 10-year socio-economic development plan is leveraging on the previous 3-year plan, which began in 2019 and ended in 2021. The initiative will support skills development, community growth and general upliftment of the 2 local assemblies within which the mine operates. Emmanuel Baidu, Senior Manager, Sustainability, AngloGold Ashanti, says the plan is a social investment strategy to contribute to resilient and socio-economically self-sustaining communities. He was speaking at a development partnership symposium organized in Kumasi.
The Obuasi Municipal and Obuasi East District Assemblies have provided the socio-political context. AngloGold Ashanti has invited you here, but we are working within the geographical space or socio-political space. And whatever we intend doing is within the boundaries of these geographical areas. We have a responsibility to contribute to the development process.
The mining giant says it is committed to contributing $2 for each ounce of gold it produces to the AngloGold Ashanti Obuasi Community Trust Fund to fund projects in the communities.
We have an agreement with government to contribute $2 for every ounce of gold we produce into a fund which is co-managed between us and the community.
The implementation of the socio-economic development plan is aligned with the business sustainability and performance of the mine. It will be built into the annual business plan of the mine for budgeting purposes. Anita Sewa Ajugan reporting.
Now, management of Chirano Gold Mines Limited says that the changes in its management would not affect the ownership adversely and its corporate social responsibility programs. The mine was recently acquired by Ashanti Gold Corporation. Vice President George Nuto says measures to ensure socio-economic development in the mine's operation will be strengthened. Nanaya Ochima has more in the following report.
Ashanti Gold Corporation, a 40% Ghanaian-owned institution, has acquired the Chirano Gold Mines from Kinross. Before the takeover, the previous owners established the Chirano Seshuman Foundation with a seed money of $2 million for community development. For every ounce of gold produced, $1 is set aside for the purpose. Under the foundation, over 60 students from the operational area have gained full scholarship to study at the tertiary level. Vice President George Nuto says the corporate social responsibility activities will continue despite the takeover.
As far as the mine is in operation, we will still donate that $1 per every ounce produced so that we put it in the kitty for development. And it's not being managed by us, it's a body that will ensure that these are the needy projects that will help the communities and we'll make sure that we table all and go through it, they set aside and then plan accordingly. And when it comes to corporate social responsibilities, we have our policies in place. Once the mine is in operation, whether it's being purchased by another mining entity or another big company, it is still AngloGold mine that is in operation. And once this Ashanti Gold, which is almost 40% owned by Ghanaians, I mean, they are committed to help with their operations to grow and to develop their community.
At least 615,000 cedis have been invested in 13 projects in the 20 communities within the catchment. Based on the needs assessment of the communities, various projects, including potable water, community centers, and educational support, were distributed to the communities. Here are some members of beneficiary communities.
We used to drink from River Soro, but it was polluted due to illegal mining. So this borehole will help us a lot. We don't have a meeting ground. The whole community is grateful for the Derba ground.
Residents in the mine's operational area are upbeat about the impact of the corporate social responsibility initiatives on socio-economic development. For Joy News, Nanaya Ojima, Kumasi.
As schools have reopened, now one thing you wouldn't want to compromise on is the security of your children, especially while they are away in school. So think about this, an app that enables parents and school authorities to easily check when pupils get to school and when they depart. That's the innovation developed by software company MineX360 Services. Chief Executive Officer Frank Nate tells us how the smart app works in today's episode of The Joy Business Fan.
Hi everyone, and welcome once again to Manilab. My name is Yvonne Seshi. Last week, we spoke about factoring and how it can be used by businesses to improve their working capital. Today, we'll look at what an overdraft is and how it can be used by businesses to meet their short-term liquidity needs and improve their working capital. Business overdrafts are a very common way of financing businesses, especially for those with fluctuating finance requirements. An overdraft facility is a financial facility that enables you to withdraw money from your bank account even if you do not have money in your account. In other words, overdraft allows a business to draw on its account up to a pre-approved limit even if it doesn't have funds. Overdrafts provide an effective way to ease pressures on working capital and also serves as a backup for unexpected expenditure, thereby allowing smooth business operations. Thank you for your time.
It's a wrap for now. There's more in Prime Business later tonight. My name is Paa Kwesi Schandorf. Bye-bye.